Hello, thanks for coming back to Smarting Coaching. I'm Suze and I would like to just impart some information onto you from a previous video that I was going to expand into some little bits and things that come under the heading of the year that triggered me. 2022. Had a lot of stuff, kept going into triggers, found a lot of things out about myself and didn't deal with any of it, and then all of a sudden you get to trigger overload and here you go. One of the things that I was constantly being triggered on in all sorts of different ways was helping other people do the heavy lifting when really they needed to do the heavy lifting themselves. So just expand on that a little bit. I used to be the helper, the step-inner. People wouldn't even have to ask for help. I could see they need some help, so I would step in and I would help. And I would offer assistance and I would do whatever needed to be done. I'd help them. I'd tell them how to avoid mistakes or whatever like that. And I did that from a helpful place and that was brilliant. And in 2022, I saw a lot of this, a lot of people giving advice, a lot of people doing the heavy lifting for others, a lot of people stepping in to, help with things. And it triggered me a lot. Why? Because I've realised that it's great to help people and it is great to be a wise person that offers advice. But at the end of the day, sometimes making the mistakes yourself, doing the heavy lifting yourself is more valuable than somebody telling you, doing it for you, or telling you to avoid stuff. So I just want to say this. I had to sit back and look at some of the times I had given advice that at that point in my life was what I thought and current, but it was from a really, really small list of experiences, and it was also encompassing my fears and my, coming through my lens of things with a lot of stuff in it that, perhaps it clouded or shrouded my ways of doing things, that I wouldn't necessarily give that same advice now after living life. So yes, it was given, I meant well, I was helpful, I was helping, but now I realise that there's a better way, there's another way, which I think is more helpful to the person who is struggling. And that is to just offer support, as in, I'll hold your hand while you go through. I'll be a sounding board for you to talk to and tell me what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you want to go about things. You can talk to me about your fears and we can discuss them together as you go forward and do whatever it is you need to do, as you go through the worst part of your life because you made stupid mistakes or whatever it happens to be. Does that make sense? So it triggered me to see people doing things in the old way that I used to do, which was just from their level of where they were at the moment. It was all meant in good faith and they were doing what they thought was the best thing for somebody else. And I commend them on that. But because I had dissolved a few more layers as I worked through some stuff, I realised that it was triggering me because I used to be that. And I'm not saying that doing those things is good, bad or indifferent, but I have realised now that through some of my mistakes in life, I've learnt the best lessons. Have you ever seen people who have gone through life and people quite often tag them with born with a silver spoon in their mouth? Their parents bought them a car at 18 and, they gave them money to buy a house and all this sort of thing. And they skate through life and it's brilliant. And we all, at times I've looked at them and said, it's only because of who they know or who they are or what they are or whatever, almost in a jealous way, right? And then they get to a point in their life where shit goes bad or stuff goes wrong or suddenly that money's not there anymore. And for the first time in their lives, they're actually having to deal with things, real life situations that maybe they had been able to avoid before because people had padded their life. People had helped them, done the work for them, cleared the path in front of them, right? And so they didn't develop the skills in real time to be able to handle even the simple challenges in life. And so when everything falls apart, suddenly they are floundering because they don't know the first thing to do because they've never done it before. Is that their fault? No. is that the people who helped them fault? No, because it was all done in a beautiful way, but that has actually prevented or delayed people learning the skills that they would need for the next parts of their life. So it's like when I talk about life being a game of levels, you know, and you can rush through the level and you can do all the cheats and you can get to the end of the level and get whatever it is and hope go to the next level. But don't be surprised when you get a few levels ahead if there was something back in that first couple of levels that was hidden, that if you hadn't rushed through and you had made some mistakes and done stuff, you would have found these extra things that now at level 10 you need. So now you've got to go back to level 1 or 2 or 3 and find those hidden extras, right? So that's where I put this at, the same thing. The hidden things in the struggles that we have are not to break us, are not to make us feel less than, but they are to strengthen us and give us the coping skills in the smaller things so that when life stuff happens later on, bigger stuff happens, you've got some skills to fall back on and you've got some ways of coping that you know that you did. Yes, it's important to have people around you that will help, but I do believe holding someone's hand, offering them a shoulder, giving them some wisdom, but not telling them what to do, guiding them through, but not doing it for them is probably the most empowering way for everybody to handle situations like that. I hope that this made sense. I like to offer up different parts of my healing, different things I've been through and examples, just as a way to show you how it can look, what it can look like. And I also think sometimes it can give you a different perspective, as other people sharing stuff with me has given me different perspectives on how to handle situations in the future, on how to look back on some of the things and get the messages out of that mess, put the mess down, learn that, well, maybe next time that happens, or if something similar happens, I don't know what I will do, but I know that I won't do this, this or this because that didn't work last time. So I hope that that's helpful. If you want more tidbits and daily encouragement, please head over and follow me on Smarting Coaching on Instagram. I'd love to have you over there. And if this is where you leave now, I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope that you go through life and that you feel like it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay not to know what to do. Don't fear. Don't let fear stop you and hold you in place. Okay, but if this is not where I leave you, I've got plenty more videos on this channel that you can watch that may help you, give you a different perspective, let you feel like, hey, yeah, I'm okay. Okay, love you, and I'll spend some more time hopefully with you very soon. Take care.